I've actually talked about this quite often on Dreamcatcher Radio, and it was always part of our motto about the importance of freedom of speech. And it is extremely important for many different reasons in law, society, expression, opinions, the ability to disagree and have different discourse and that sort of stuff. Dreamcatcher Radio is a freedom of speech radio station, and we try and allow everybody to have a free and fair opinion. Obviously, we've got to curtail some stuff where it reaches into very realms that we can't really go into on a radio station, but you're more than welcome to have that as your barroom talk, so to speak. But I believe freedom of speech is a fundamental part of society in every element across communities and worldwide. And that's one of the fundamental reasons why I started Dreamcatcher Radio. I say I started it with the co-founder Steve Little. Without him, I wouldn't have gone and done this. It just an opportunity arose where I had faith in Steve and approached him and said, "Do you fancy starting a radio station?" And that's how it started. But without him, this wouldn't have happened. To where we've got to in less than a year. It's been amazing. The amazing contributors we've got, the amazing presenters we've got, and just all the stuff that's on the planning for the future of the world. It's absolutely fantastic. But freedom of speech is extremely important for everybody, being a child, adult, a youth, male, female, or indifferent. The right to express yourself, to disagree, is important, and the ability to stand together. One thing that's really interesting that we're seeing in the UK and around the world, that you've got protesting groups either side of the road. I always find that quite fascinating. They're shouting and screaming at each other, but what do they achieve? I don't think a lot. So Dreamcatcher Radio is basically there to provide a platform for people that ordinarily would not have the ability for freedom of speech. We filter hardly anything, but we have to filter some. Freedom of speech is not a slogan or a buzzword, but it's, in my belief, I genuinely believe this as well, is a living, breathing principle that every person deserves a platform to express who they are. By way of platform, what I mean is be safe in your own home to say what you feel. Be safe to post something online, how you feel, to go out in the street and talk to your friends and neighbours and say how you feel. I think it's extremely important. And, voices shouldn't be filtered, flattened or forced into one shape. And it's easy because I've noticed it myself, speaking to other people. They start whispering to me when I'm out with them about difficult conversations, and I find that extremely uncomfortable, personally. So people should be able to speak the truth, even when the truth doesn't match someone else's truth. Disagreement isn't necessarily a threat. It actually proves that freedom of speech is alive. Think about it. People disagree on religion, people disagree on politics, people disagree on lifestyle, on culture, on identity, even on what someone chooses to wear or listen to. May it be music or other people. And that's not chaos, that's expression. That's individuality. That's the beauty of the world where people are allowed to be themselves. Nothing should be forced on one another. When we pretend disagreement is dangerous, we forget that some of the greatest ideas, movements and breakthroughs in history came from people who dared to think differently. or outside the box. People who refused to stay silent. People who believed that their voice mattered, even if it shook the room. Dreamcatcher Radio is built on basically helping people to have a voice, which perhaps they may not ordinarily have. And it's creating a space where people can speak without fear, where conversations can be bold, sometimes messy, honest and real. A space where you don't have to fit into a box to be heard. A space where you can challenge ideas, explore new ones, and hopefully still respect the person sitting across from you. But that doesn't always happen. Freedom of speech isn't about everyone agreeing. It's about everyone having the right to speak. And in a world that sometimes feels divided, and over the last decade, the vision has been astronomical. Massive incitement from media, I believe. There's one thing that still connects us all, no matter what background, beliefs or battles, I believe, is music. Sounds really weird, but that's what I believe. Music is a universal language. It doesn't need translation, doesn't need permission, it doesn't need to fit into a political category or a cultural label. A melody can cross borders, a rhythm can unite strangers, a lyric can heal someone you've never met. Music, I believe, can solve many differences. I'm playing a couple of songs in the background here today, which you wouldn't have thought that I'd like as a radio station owner, because it doesn't suit the narrative of a radio station owner. But these are songs that I like, and so I find them very, very interesting. I want to go on to say, so Dreamcatcher Radio isn't just a platform for speech, it's a platform of connection. We've made so many connections with people, it's just unbelievable. I'm so proud of that. So many people have been on our radio station in such a short space of time. Some regularly, some not so. And we've had tears on the radio station, we've had laughter on the radio station, and whatever there is in between. But everybody needs to be aware, we need to protect freedom of speech. It is so vital in society. And I believe we're doing our bit, and I can't wait to see out the rest of this year. And just remember, disagreement doesn't divide us, silencing each other does.